Watching KI World. Subscribe now.
Now let me know, my man, what you got here today. Talk to me.
So I got a Lamborghini Urus here, 2024. This is Performante's, top notch, everything upgraded, everything tipped up. It's probably one of the best Urus I've ever seen, period.
What is the price tag on that thing?
This car costs $225,000 cash.
Man. Sure. How did you make your first million?
How to make my first million? Real estate. So I bought multi-family buildings, fixed them up, rented them, and kept them for, been doing for 8+ years. Then you just keep going, and keep adding to the portfolio, and then keep going, and you get some cash flow, and the cash flow pays for toys. Don't ever pay for these toys with active income, ever. Never pay with active income. You always pay with cash flow or from dividends. Remember that.
What motivated you to start your own business?
Freedom. I never wanted somebody to tell me what to do. I never wanted to be a slave to anybody else. So I always wanted to work for myself, even though it's not easy. But it just takes time, and then once you get into that mood and learn how to do it properly, get a mentor, you start seeing some results.
Now, if you were to start a brand new business in the AI sector today, what would it be and why?
AI. So I'd definitely start a business where I'm helping businesses learn how to implement AI for their own personal business. So it'd be using AI agents, chatbots, research, all these kind of things for their specific business. So it could be lawyers, it could be accountants, it could be real estate firms. All of them could use AI in some form or fashion. So I'd build some kind of system to be able to train them, onboard them, and then we get paid every single month. So you want residual income. You want residual every single month.
What is the best piece of advice you received that you still apply in your business today?
So never spend the whole bag. That's one of the probably the biggest piece of advice I give anybody, any business owner. You get $100, never spend the whole $100. Spend 50. Use the other 50 to grow your business, grow yourself.
Yeah, I hear that. Now, did you come from a wealthy background, or were there challenges you had to overcome when starting out?
No, I grew up poor. Grew up very, very poor. We had food, but we didn't have the best food. Living on the floor, sleeping on the couch, those kind of things. So that kind of really puts the picture of you want to become wealthy. That's what it made for me. I mean, a lot of people stay poor when they're poor. For me, I had a vision to get grandiose, of getting bigger things, living luxury life, driving Lamborghinis. And I worked my ass off to get there. So that's kind of what I did. I just kind of started from the bottom, grinded step by step, learned, and got here.
Thank you very much, my man. You hear from the man himself. So I got a whole lot more questions, more than that. So we have to set up a date and time, and we get into it. How about that?
Sounds good, man.
All right, thank you, my man.
No problem, man. Good luck.
All right, thank you. Thanks for watching. KI World, subscribe. Peace.
If you're watching KI World, make sure to subscribe. All right. Thanks.
Yes, once again, welcome to KI World. We have another entrepreneur with us today. And may I have your name, please, sir?
Yeah, my name is Armand Chagolami.
Thank you, sir. First, tell me, what did you pull in today?
So here we got a 2007 Lamborghini Gallardo Spider, Arancho Borealis, I believe is the name. Orange interior, the three-piece Callisto wheels, and yeah, it's my baby.
I don't know if she's baking next time or not.
Okay. In what industry do you make your fortune?
My fortune, I mean, I've been in different industries, but I've been business basically. I've been more of an entrepreneur throughout different businesses, from jewelry to watches to remodeling. Right now I'm in flooring. I specialize in luxury vinyl at Falcon Flooring. We're in Norcross. So we've established our name for being the largest sellers of luxury vinyl plank in Atlanta. It's been a good fit for us. It's been something that, everyone finds their niche, and I would say if you find your niche, I would say whatever you see as your fit, pursue that, versus just trying to do what everyone's doing. Find your thing and then just take it as far as you can.
Did you come from a wealthy family?
Not at all. My parents came here as immigrants. We had nothing, living in a one-bedroom apartment when we were kids. My first car, I bought it with my own money. It was about $1,800, Nissan 240SX, 1989. I was a waiter when I started out, making $1 an hour, only with tips, and then got into business and then just started growing. So have discipline, have financial discipline. Don't fall into I have to get the Louis Vuittons and the Gucci's and all that stuff. Get the fakes for now if you have to, but yeah, spend your money wisely. Put your money on something that's going to hold its value, not just depreciate.
How do you define success?
Success, I feel, is to be comfortable in life. If you're able to enjoy and not be stressed, if you're able to have a home over your head, doesn't matter the cost of the home, as long as you have a home, as long as you have a car. Anything more than that, honestly, is just a bonus. So I would say, establish yourself, establish some kind of career or business or something where you start investing, own properties, don't rent, try to own assets, and then be wise about your purchases, be wise about your money.
And what daily habit contribute most to your wealth?
Daily habit, I would say, is waking up earlier, planning out your day, trying to think ahead, have small goals, have medium-sized goals, have large goals, so that way you're always accomplishing something. You don't get stuck in the large goals where you're not moving forward, but you feel accomplished when you're giving even daily tasks such as, washing my car or cleaning the house. So you give yourself, let's say, a daily 10, 20 things to do, and then from there you keep on growing.
What has been your biggest mentor or influence?
Biggest mentor I would probably say is my father. He taught me to go into business, and he taught me that it's doable. Anyone could do it. Basically, you just have to learn from the greatest and the best. I would say, whatever you're going to get into, study who's the top 10. Take notes from each one of them. Understand what they're doing that differentiates them. See what sets themselves apart from the others, and then take notes, take highlights from each one, and then you take a few highlights from each person. Eventually, you're going to be one of those top yourself.
What advice would you give to someone starting out in business?
Starting in business, I would say you have to make a name for yourself. So you get established where you can for free. Do social media, do TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you can. Try to get your friends to help you. I would say make a reputation for yourself. So make a strong name. Give good service. People don't always need cheap. They want good, reliable service. And then you eventually make a name for yourself, and then eventually you get referrals, and you got to start somewhere. So, it's never too late to start, is what I can tell you.
Definitely not. And if you were to start a brand new business in the AI sector today, what would it be and why?
In the AI field, that I can't tell you. I'm not too well versed in that field, so I wish I knew.
All right. Thank you very much for your time, sir.
Thank you.
And I got a whole lot more questions. Hopefully we can stay in touch and we can sit down and chop it up a lot more.
Sounds good, man.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye. You pull in today.
What did I do?
What you got going on today as far as calls?
This is a 2014 SVR F-Type Jaguar. It's only got 14,000 miles on it. Pretty rare. SVRs are really rare. I've got two of them. One's a four-door, which is a lot more rare than this car. Got 4 Jags. I got a bunch of cars, but this is the newest edition.
How much is the price tag on that one?
I think originally this was probably $169,000.
$169,000.
Yeah. when it
it's-
was brand new. So
Now, sir, how did you start in business?
I've owned 5 companies and sold every one of them. Sold the last one about 9-10 years ago. Continued to work for them for about 8 years, and then retired about 2 years ago.
What industry did you make your fortune?
Huh?
In what industry did you make your fortune?
I don't know if I ever made a fortune, but
But you're comfortable.
you never make enough. So yeah. Everything I did well in the last business. Somebody wanted it more than I did, and they're willing to pay you for it. Never think when you have a business that it's going to be yours forever.
Okay.
Words of advice for business: you can come up with something and don't have employees. That's a good one. Never get family involved. That's bad.
Yeah,
Never goes well.
never goes well.
Never goes well.
Now, what is the biggest financial lesson you learned?
What's what?
The biggest financial lessons that you learned?
Just realize if you have something, especially in business, that if somebody thinks they can do something better than you do, don't hold on to it. I mean, at one point, you know what the market will do, and don't think you're ever going to pass something on to your kids, your grandkids, and their kids. At one point, if somebody thinks they can do something better than you, sell it. Walk down the beach hand in hand with your kids and with a pocket full of money, and because you never know how a market will change, and if somebody thinks they can do something better than you can, and they're willing to pay for it, part ways. Don't ever look back. Just take the money, and if you started one thing, you can always start another. And at one point, you just stop and enjoy life.
Okay. Now, what daily habit contribute most to your wealth?
I guess just get up and actually go to work, and don't be lazy. Just because you own something doesn't even mean you got to be there every day and keep an eye on things. If you're not, you're not keeping an eye on things, and you're willing to let other people do stuff for you, and sometimes they don't believe in your work ethic as you do, and you just got to get up and go at it. Never let your business run your life. Always make sure you're in business to enjoy life, because life is not to exist, life is to live, and
That's a good one.
yeah, and if you let your business run your life, you'll hate every day being in business. It doesn't matter, you might as well go to work with somebody else.
Now, how do you define success?
I think if you can wake up with a smile on your face, and at my age, and you kind of look back and go, you make some right turns somewhere, and maybe some left turns somewhere, but that you're comfortable, and it doesn't matter what you have, as long as you got family and you enjoy what you're doing, and you wake up every morning and you're not worried about anything. The minute you stop worrying about stuff, I think life gets better.
Now, what's the most you make in 1 year?
The most, probably right now, my retirement, I make more than a lot of people make in. I would say right now I'm retired, and everything I have, I own. All my cars, I got 10 cars, I got 5 houses, and just retirement, I probably, just interest, I make $250,000 a year just off of interest. So I don't have to touch anything. And I just let it go in there. I told my son, whatever you do, don't touch this money. I mean, you may take 100,000 out and play with it. You don't touch it, you'll never be able to keep up with the interest. All my interest is about 5%. And I said, you can't spend it. If you go 5 years and don't spend any of it, you'll have $1 million. I said, you take 100,000 out, 5 years from now, from then you'll have another $1 million. And I go, if you just, everything's paid for, you really don't need to spend the money and go out and blow it. And if you do buy stuff, just because you got money doesn't mean you can't go out and get a deal. Always look for a deal, always shop. Doesn't matter how much money you have, how deep your pockets are. Always shop. Get the best deal you can.
What is the best advice that you receive and that you still apply until today in your business?
Well, there used to be probably back in the 80s, and a lot of my friends that have business, they ask the same type of questions, and they usually say, what advice do you have? And I said, well, and I think I probably said it earlier, but there was an American Express commercial that ran for a long time, for years, and it used to be a man and his son walking down the beach, and he said, American Express. And people didn't really get the message, but in the wording of the commercial, it said this man just sold his company for $4.5 million, and he's walking hand in hand with his grandson down the beach. He cashed out. He has no worries.
He's relaxed.
He doesn't have to worry about, are people going to show up? They're going to call in sick anymore? The other guy that paid him $4.5 million for his company, he's got to worry about
that.
I'm walking hand in hand with my son down the beach. They ain't got a care in the world, and just never think it's going to be yours forever, because you'll ride that horse right down into the ground and you'll have nothing to show for it. If somebody comes along and says, hey, would you take this to your company? And you go, well, that'll get me by for the rest of my life. Go right ahead. Have at it.
Now, how many businesses you currently have right now?
How many what?
How many businesses that you currently have?
None. I don't have any.
So you retired?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, you got to call quits at one time, enjoy life. My son keeps going, what kind of business you going to buy? And I go, it's called retirement for a reason. You're done. I worked 54 years of my life. In the last 2 years, you go, how much longer I got to do this? You wake up every morning, and now, I being retired now, I don't even know how I had time for work. I stay that busy, And if you do retire, the minute you sit in front of the TV and start eating candy and popcorns,
that's it.
Your life's over, man. You got to stay busy, just like it never happened. You never quit, but when you get up in the morning, well, if I want to sleep 15 minutes more late, nobody's going to chastise me, so it's a good thing.
Now, as far as cars, how much money you spend on cars alone?
I always get the best deal, and people call me with car deals, and I don't buy nothing retail. So, hardly ever buy retail. I mean, like this car. The minute I saw it, I said, here's the deal. I'll offer you a one-time deal, cash offer. You pick me up at the airport, and he told me, we're working on numbers. I go, I don't know why you're working on numbers. I said, it's a one-time cash offer, and I said, I'll tell you what, I'll make you a better deal. Here's what I'll do, tax, title, and license, drive out. Same price, but it got them a final number, and they go, come get it. I came, got it. And anytime I can find a deal on a car, I had a guy that had a collection of cars. I got 4 Corvettes. The C4 Corvette's not a desirable car, but it's one of those things you buy it now, it's done all the appreciation it's going to do. So if you buy, and he said, I got this 88th anniversary white Corvette, white interior, white wheels from the factory. And the other one's a 96 Indianapolis pace car, white convertible. He goes, what do you give me for these 2 cars? He goes, I said, well, I want that white one. He goes, I got these two. If you take both of them, I'll make you a deal. And I was like, we'll see about that. I go, I give you $17,000 for both of them. He goes, a piece? I said, no, for both of them. Cash right now. $8,500 a piece.
If you would have to start a business in the AI world right now, what business would it be?
You know, I'm not real sure. I'm not really into that kind of stuff. You know, that's it's too techy. I'll let the young kids handle that stuff. You know, I've done my thing. Not worried about starting a business anymore. You know,
So you're good for that.
all I can see is AI may put a lot of people out of work. You know, people don't realize that, but you know, if you can have, you know, we all talk about robots and stuff. AI is a whole nother robot type thing, you know, and if you can, you know, they can cut the heads off of, you know, Matt Damon or Brad Pitt or something. Sticks it, he can make movies for another 100 years, and you never know it wasn't him, you know. So you gotta wonder, you know. We don't really need you here. We just take a picture of it. The next thing we can do everything. We can still make you 30 years old, 100 years from now, you know. We make you act a whole movie.
That's great.
You've been making money when you're gone, you know. People go,
I never thought about it like that. That's for real.
yeah, you know, it's scary what they can do, you know, but you know, but then again, there's other things, you know, you can design things and actually feel like you're standing in the house, fully furnished, you know, your new house with all your stuff in it, you know, and you're just standing in the middle of it going, okay, let's move this wall over this way and do this and this, and you're standing in your house, you know, and you know, it's not even built yet, you know, so it gives you a little bit better idea. People that are smart enough to see what the market calls for and you get a niche in it, that's where you make your money, you know, but the thing is, once you do it, somebody's going to copy it, so you need to make it while you can and then get out, because if somebody sees you making money at that, sure enough,
duplicate it.
They're going to copy it, and then somebody else is going to copy it, and somebody else is going to copy it, and then somebody with some deep pockets is going to make it bigger than ever and act like you never existed. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time, sir.
You bet.
I got a whole lot more.
Huh?
I got a whole lot more.
Come out here. I'll bring some more cars out here, and we'll bring something different.
Definitely.
All right.
Thank you very much.
You have a good day.
You do the same.